yeah, we have this shiny. And it's not really useful for anything, unfortunately. It is what it is. This month of Spotlight Hours is very disappointing, so this is just a long line of disappointing things to have leading up to the Kalos tour. So at least we have that to look forward to this month, which is we have something good. Hate on Tef. Yes, unfortunately, it is a very boring Spotlight Hour. And yeah, we've got Horsey and Totodile coming up this month as well, which are also fairly boring given that they are Comday Pokemon, like former Comday Pokemon. Hey, Impossible, welcome in. So yeah, if we don't get a shiny, there's no biggie really, because I'm pretty sure I got multiples of these shinies. So we'll quickly check all these little dudes and then have a look. Wait, wasn't Horsey a Comday Pokemon? I was positive Horsey was a Comday Pokemon because of Kingdra. I must be imagining things, but I was positive that Horsey was a Comday Pokemon. Horsey? No, okay, well, obviously not. It must have been a different event then, because I can remember catching a lot of shinies of it, and I was like, that could only have happened if it was a... what event did we have it in then? For me to have so many shinies. Anyway, for some reason I thought it was a Comday Pokemon. Not surprising. We've had that many that it's hard to keep track of all of them. But yeah, I knew that I had a decent amount of shinies of them. But yeah, anyway, that's right, I was going to check my Munnas to see how many of these I've got. Yeah, we have 3 and 4, because I've done an evolution for 1 as well. So if we don't get a shiny tonight, as I said, it's no biggie really. Still nice to get. Hey Leon, how you doing, man? Thank you for 38 months of VIP membership. Welcome in, dude. How you doing? It might have been the Water Festival. And JJ Status, how you doing? Welcome in. It must have been the Water Festival. I know it was some event that we had where they were spawning and they were boosted shiny odds. Because I don't think I'd have that many shinies if it wasn't boosted in some way. Anyway, let's start walking to see if we can acquire this boring... I really feel like they need to start actually doing something decent with Spotlight Hours. Because if they keep doing events like this, people have already lost interest. Start giving us interesting things. Now, it'd be cool if they did a rare Spotlight Hour each month. So just like one Spotlight Hour out of each month had a more rare type of Pokemon to it, sort of thing. Like, I wouldn't say maybe a pseudo legendary or something like that, but there's only so many of them that you can do before it just becomes repetitive. But yeah, just something more desirable. It just seems like they chuck a bunch of names into a hat and just draw them out randomly. And it's like, oh, well, this is what we're getting this month. There's lots of Munnas, yes. It's because it's Spotlight Hour for Munna. Very undesirable Pokemon. It is what it is. But yeah, I just feel like we've been getting Spotlight Hours for long enough now that they really need to try and change the formula. Like they did it with Com Days. They tried to mix it up a little bit to make them more appealing and interesting and stuff like that. They need to do that with some of the long-standing events in the game that have just become incredibly repetitive at this point. That's good to hear, Leon. Good to hear, man. So I did do a raid just before the stream. Got myself a Nidoqueen, one of the crowned Nidoqueens. So that's nice. Shame it's not a shiny. The stats aren't the greatest either. And then on the weekend, I didn't get to finish my research for Oricorio, just because I was sort of out doing stuff. But I got I think it was like 6 or 7 stages of the research done, and we ended up with 3 shiny Oris and 1 shiny Hoot Hoot. So not a bad haul for... yes, Tess. Save me a shiny what, a Oricori. I don't think they're going anywhere, so you should be pretty good in that aspect. You can give me a pom-pom one when we finally get to our distance trades. One of these days. You had a total of 5. Yeah, so the research wasn't bad. It was easy enough to get done. But yeah, I was about with Eilish. Time to finish it up before we headed back to place. But yeah, I got most of it done. We both got shinies, so that was good. The forever friends, yeah. That's right, I gotta... what can we get rid of? Not too many items over. Should really get rid of some of these Ultra Balls that I do. Turf the berries for now. Okay, looks like I'll just have to throw some Pokeballs away. That's fine. That'll do. Alright, now we can spin some slots as well. You tried inviting me to the weekly chats. Yeah, I know. I have a tendency of just not joining them because I'm not out and about enough playing the game actively outside of this sort of stuff anymore. So I just feel like I'm not really going to contribute to anybody's weekly challenges. I'm just going to be dead weight. Still friendship points. I know, but I'm lazy.
Any updates?